I think I had COVID. Hello world, Son of the Soul here, ready to shine some light. How you feeling today? How you breathing today? So, today I'm going to be sharing with you something that I found pretty interesting. And I think this was overdue too, because it's just overdue. So yeah, basically, I think I had COVID-19. I think I had a virus. No, I know I had a virus. I think it was COVID-19. This happened a couple months ago. It happened in March, late March, I believe. It was like late March. I wanted to make a video on it way back then, but I feel like I just didn't have enough information to really say. And I never got tested for COVID in the first place. So I would be assuming, right? But as time passes, I'm starting to realize that, yeah, it is what it looks like. So yeah, it was back late March. It was just one day, like I had like symptoms. First of all, I had 3 symptoms, but that's what made it weird. Like, it wasn't like a regular sickness. Like, I had the flu before, I had a fever before, but it didn't feel like any of that. So these are the 3 symptoms. The first symptom was I had a sore throat. It wasn't crazy. It was like my throat was it was tender. It was inflamed. It was inflamed. It was swollen a little bit by my throat. And then the weirdest 2 symptoms was I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell. And I remember that day so distinctively, man. Like, I'm ordering takeout. I was looking at what was that shit, Uber Eats, and I saw this vegan spot that I never tried out. I was like, ooh. And I saw the food and I was like, So I was getting excited. I'm getting ready to order. So I order the food comes, and I take a bite of my food, and I can't taste anything. Like, this shit tastes like paper. And I'm trying to smell. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, that's weird. And then I started feeling the sore throat. I was like, oh, I'm sick. So for the next 45 minutes, I'm eating paper because I didn't want to waste my food. So I'm sitting there chewing on fucking paper. It was crazy. So after that such and such, I decided to take it upon myself to isolate. You hear that in the news, right? You isolate, you feel like you think you got such and such, you isolate yourself, and that's what I did. I kept to myself for a good amount of time frame, and I just started paying attention to the foods I ate. So I dropped out the takeout because I guess the takeout wasn't helping me. Started drinking more tea. I started doubling up on my fruits and vegetables. I started getting more shakes in my system and staying hydrated all through and through. So there was one thing that I was looking up about the virus, and it was talking about how one of the distinctive symptoms was a loss of sense of taste and smell. And I learned that You see, like you learn stuff every day, man. And I learned that zinc, is directly it directly influences your sense of taste and your sense of smell. So when you are zinc deficient, you are you lose your sense of taste and your sense of smell. So I was like, oh shit, I'm sick right now, and that would mean my zinc levels are depleted. So I learned that, your immune system, your little soldiers in your body, they take zinc from you, and they use that to search and destroy viruses. Viruses in particular, that's what zinc is for. That's what the body would use zinc for. That's one of the things the body would use zinc for. So I was like, oh shit. So that means I have to double up on my zinc consumption. So I started eating more foods that had zinc. There's a lot of nuts and seeds that have zinc. So I started doing that, and surely enough, I regained my sense of taste and sense of smell. And the sore throat lasted like 2 weeks or something like that. Like 2 weeks. It was very mild though. It was just tender. Like, it wasn't a bad sore throat. But that whole time I didn't get a fever or anything. I wasn't coughing or anything like that. It was just the weirdest kind of cold I had, actually. I couldn't taste anything. That was just weird. But let me tell you right now, the reason why I'm explaining this right now is because there's a lesson to this, man. And one of the lessons is that you have to be your own doctor. And what I mean by that is that you have to understand this meat suit that you have. You need to get to know it, learn how it works. Health is wealth. If you're dead, none of this shit matters. Everything in your life right now, you have all these problems in your life. You feel like once you're gone, none of that matters. So taking care of your health, it has to be priority, man. So one of the main lessons was, becoming your own doctor. I mean, you can go to the doctor and they tell you whatever they tell you, but your average doctor, your regular doctor, if it's not a nutritionist, they can't tell you anything from a nutritionalist perspective on what you should be consuming, because your diet has a lot to do with the diseases you get, the sickness you get, all of that, how you feel, your energy levels, all of that. It's directly affected. So pay attention to that. Take notes, man, and gradually take steps into getting your immune system on, get it on point, and making sure you are healthy for the people that are around you, for yourself, And another thing was the media. Now, the media is going to tell you so much, and whenever I do get a glimpse of the media, it's always talking about the worst case scenario. And the primary focus has been this COVID shit, man. This Rona is it's always on the news. Every day it's in the news. Every day they're raising the count, they're raising the cases. Did you know that when you get tested for COVID and it says positive, they count that as a case, right? If you go back and you get tested again and it comes out positive again, that counts as 2 cases. That counts as 2 cases. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that the number that the media likes to show you on all the cases and all that shit is inflated. All that shit is inflated. So it's allowing me to pay attention to what's really going on. There's more to this this thing that's scaring the fucking country. There's so much more to it. And the more I learn about it, the less scary it gets. You know? And I feel like that people are afraid when there's something that's uncertain. The uncertainty. Am I gonna catch it? Am I gonna get it? It's like, what you need to be asking yourself is, are you taking care of yourself? Are you working out every day? Are you doing your cardio? Are you making sure you drink enough water? Are you making sure your stress levels are low? Are you practicing gratitude? You know, you be resentful and all this anger and all this extra shit. All that is gonna drop your immune system. It's gonna weaken your immune system. It's gonna compromise your immune system for foreign pathogens to take over, wreak havoc, fuck up your life. We don't need none of that. Pay attention to yourself. Make sure you pay attention to yourself. Get adequate sun. Don't stay at home. Make sure you get your vitamin D. Get in the sun. Go plant your feet. Go breathe. Make sure you breathe in. Pay attention to your breath. Your breath will tell you whether or not you anxious. It'll tell you if you're calm, if you're content. You understand? Surround yourself with people that support you instead of people that raise your blood pressure. Always got something negative to talk about. Pay attention to those things, man. But yeah, that's basically my experience with COVID. I tell you, it's not that serious. Yeah, man, just make sure you take care of your life. Seriously. We are in the information age. This is the age of Aquarius. People are waking the fuck up. There hasn't been so much information that's been transferred around from China all the way to America, from America to Europe, to Germany, you know? And we exchanging all this knowledge, all this information, all the way to Egypt, from Africa, coming back to New Zealand. We're getting all this information, you know? So it's best you practice your intellect and question everything you know. And when you do, you'll get some answers and it'll free you. And you're gonna be bright as ever. Let's do this. Stay bright.